Hey, Max, seven scoreless innings this evening. Another fantastic outing from you. What allowed you to be so effective?
Um, I think the best pitch for me today was a curveball. When I was able to lane that for strikes, was able to throw up a low zone when I needed to. If I can get that pitch going, then then the fastball plays up more, and then was able to, still stick with my sequences with cutters and changeups around that. So when I can pitch with all those pitches, especially when the curveball's on, that allows Barnesy the freedom to kind of stay creative. It gives him a lot of ways to be creative back there, and we just execute our game plan again.
When I've talked to Trey Turner about you, he always is kind of like, he's been lucky to be your teammate for a while and gets to experience just your greatness and how well you perform on the mound. Is it similar for you when he's on the base and how he sparks the offense with his aggressiveness as he's running the bases?
Oh yeah. I know. I've gotten to see him now for years, and I mean, he's such a talent, and what he can do, just all facets of the game, the way his speed plays up, and then his power. He just really understands what his strengths are, and I mean, he's a tough guy too. What the injuries that he plays through, that's what shows me that he's great. Is that he can be dinged up and still go out there and still perform. So, I've gotten to see it for years now, and obviously he's one of my favorite players I've ever played with.
Thanks, Max.
Next question's for Max. Steven, go ahead.
Max, I'm just wondering, when they changed umpires, what are you doing in the dugout to, kind of stay fresh?
I'm just sitting in underneath, out of the sun. That happens, and just want to go out there and attack. Unfortunately, walked Votto on 4 pitches, but then was able to get back on track. Was able to get some big outs and not let that turn into a big inning. That's key in that situation, to not let something like that derail you. There's a lot of ways that inning can get sideways, but unfortunately enough, was able to continue to execute pitches and able to navigate that inning.
Thanks.
Next question is from Fabian Ardaya. Go ahead.
Hey, Max, it seems like lately you've been sort of pointing to that curveball a lot as just as a pitch that's been working really well for you. I know historically it probably hasn't been your best pitch. And what is it that's sort of allowed it to work so well for you lately?
Just had a good feel for it today. The curveballs, every pitch plays off each other. Every pitch makes every other pitch better. So if that's what makes my curveball good, is because of every other pitch, then my curveball's good. And if I can be on with my curveball, then it makes every other pitch good. So, all pitches play off each other, and then it comes down to sequencing, how you mix and match, and when you use it, when you're hard, soft, behind the count, not in the count. And that's my game, is to be able to throw any pitch at any time. And Barnesy, it gives Barnesy the freedom to, he loves it back there, being able to call any pitch at any time. And so, that's why we work hard before the game to come up with a plan of how we want to execute against different guys, and then go out there and execute, and then rely on your instincts of what you see. Most importantly, a report is important, but your instincts are more important. And so when we're out there, you understand we're getting on the same page of, hey, we see this, do that. So that's what makes it fun throwing the Barnesy.
And what's been the best part about this process for you during this stretch? Has it been sort of like the efficiency? Has it been sequencing? Like, what do you think it is that's really worked well for you?
It's everything. Everything matters. Every little thing that it takes to be a pitcher. I love it. The preparation. The other 4 days that the work, what you have to do to work at it. That's I love the grind of it. I love the grind of keep stepping on everything, and keep finding new ways to get better, find new ways to execute pitches, find new ways to where certain pitches you might think play up, and then execute them. And so when you can go out there and execute and work with your catchers, that's what makes it fun.
Thanks, Max.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, Max, we asked Trey if this is as good a stretch as he's seen you since he's been playing with you, and he said, yeah, it's about as dominant as he can remember. You've got a longer memory. What do you think? Have you been better in a stretch than you have these last 5 starts?
I'm not going to from results, yes, but I don't get caught up in results. It's a process. It's executing pitches. It's having every single pitch and going out there with a plan and knowing what you want to do with it. So is getting results great? Yes, it is. But at the same time, I'm not worried about the results, because at any one moment in time, the results can flip on you. And so you can't really get caught up in results. And, it's great to go out there and throw shutout innings, but it's more important to just stay, kind of blinders up and just focus on what you can control. And that's just controlling your executions, controlling your pitches, and making sure that you're consistent from start to start. So that's how I think, that's how I live. And, the results are what they are.
Has it always been that way for you, or is that something you've learned over the years?
A little bit of both. Maybe way earlier in my career, maybe would have got caught more in results, but I've definitely lost enough ball games, given up homers to know where the mistakes are. And today there was a few pitches that I didn't quite execute as well as I could, but I think that's because I'm executing every pitch, so I can get away with a few mistakes. And so that's something that I'll go into this next start trying to, some of those executions I didn't quite, some of those mistakes that I thought I didn't execute quite as well on, that, okay, let's shore those up and make sure we continue to execute, because you can always get better.
They had some traffic there in the early innings, and then you kind of settled into a groove. Was there an adjustment you made, or is that just the way the game played out?
I would say just the way the game played out. When you get runners on base, that's when you got to execute. You've got to hit your spots. You got to stay with your sequences, and you got to make big time pitches. And so, Barnes made, some real good calls in those situations. I trust him in those situations, and we were able to get out of those situations.
Thank you.
Next question is from Allison Footer. Go ahead. Go ahead, Allison. Last question is from Michael Duarte. Go ahead.
Yeah, Max, I'm going to piggyback off what Bill Plunkett just asked you a little bit and extend it to your entire tenure so far with the Dodgers. The 9 games, haven't allowed more than 2 earned runs. And as he said, no 1 runs in your last 5 starts. When the trade happened, do you think that reinvigorated you, refocused you? What do you attribute that to, these last 9 games overall with the Dodgers?
Just a chance to win. Coming over here, we have a great chance to win, and just wanted to come here and be part of the team. Just be, fit in with these guys. They got a great clubhouse here, and just wanted to come in and fit in and just go out there and do my thing. And fortunate enough, I've been pitching pretty well, so it makes for some good clubhouse banter, and just have some fun with these guys, and just go out there and stick with my program. What I do every, the other 4 days, and go out there and pitch, and just go out there and compete. If I feel like that's my best strength, is go out there and compete with some intensity. And it just seems like those guys feed off of it. And so it's been fun to play with these guys. And, hopefully here in the playoffs, we can have a good run as well.